All right, this is the quick review of function operations. So you can see we have three functions across the top. And so addition or subtraction, pretty simplistic, either add the functions or subtract the functions. Subtraction is a little trickier. So normally it'll look like this. And I want to take the f function, the 3x minus 4, and then I want to subtract from it the g function. The key there is use a parentheses because it's minus the whole g function. And as you can see now, we got to distribute that negative. So we end up with a 5x and then a plus 1. All right? So addition's easy, you're adding the functions, but subtraction, be careful. You need that parentheses because it's minus the whole second function. All right, what about multiplication? Multiplication. Again, the format would normally be like that. Sorry about that. Our format would normally be this way, right? And so we have to multiply the f function times the g. However, there's one difference. Our independent variable value is 3. So we have a 3 for the value. So I'm going to take the f function, and where the variable is, I'm going to put in a 3. And I'm going to take that, that's why I'm using parentheses, and multiply it times the g function. And again, where the variable is, I'm going to put in a 3. Okay, so we got a 3 here, and we've got a 3 here. All right, left parentheses ends up being what? 9 minus 4 is 5, times the right parentheses, negative 6, negative 5, negative 11, grand total, negative 55. Okay, and so multiplying. What else? Well, of course, we can divide. So dividing functions. All right, and so I'm going to take, this one says the h function divided by the f. All right, what is the h? Negative 3x squared plus 7x minus 4, all divided by the h function, 3x minus 4. Now I should look to see if these reduce. So I'm going to factor the numerator, negative 3x, if it factors, and x. All right, I got a negative 4 and I'm going to get the positive 7. How about negative 1? That gives me a positive 3. And a positive 4, that gives me a positive 7 in the middle. All right, there you go. Factorization of that. And, close to reducing. Let's see, can I factor? I can factor a negative out of that. Wow, tricky. Let's take a negative out. That'll make this 3x minus 4. Okay, and now that 3x minus 4 reduces. Distribute my negative, negative x plus 1. Awesome. All right, so, but division. Hey, the big idea is it's a function, just divide them. All right, the last operation is composition. And the format here, you can use a raised circle, but I really like this format because that's really what's going on. And what this format is really trying to illustrate is the whole value of the g function goes in as the independent variable for the h function. Now this one's a little easier because we have a number. I'm doing g of negative 2. So I take the h function, and so I've got a negative 3. Let me do it here to the right. Negative 3 x squared plus 7x minus 4. And in those spots, I need to sub in g of negative 2. G of negative 2. So if it weren't, if I didn't have a negative 2, if it was just g of x, then I'd have to put negative 2x minus 5 in there and negative 2x minus 5 in there. That's if you have an x for an independent variable. We have a negative 2. So what is g of negative 2? So look up here. If I put in negative 2 for the variable, I get a positive 4 and a negative 5. So that's a negative 1. So the value of the g of negative 2 function is a negative 1. And that's what I'm subbing in. Okay, finish it off. Negative 1 squared is 1. So this is a negative 3 minus 7 minus 4, negative 14 is the composition. All right, so again, the value, the whole g function goes in for the variable, the independent variable of the h function in this notation. Okay, that's the idea. Quick review. Function operations, know them well. They're really important.